The doctor in the notes here that Sherm gave me, Dr. Disrespect.
Yeah, that's a tough one right now too, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a tough one.
And you obviously know him personally. Good dude.
I know him personally. I do. I mean, we met in person twice, briefly. You know, and we've played a lot of games together throughout the years. There's this. People think that we're like best friends. That's not true. You know, and then people also say, oh, they only gamed a couple times. I mean, that's not true either. We're somewhere in the center. Like when he texts me, when he used to, he would text me in character.
Right.
You know, like the doc does what the doc wants. It's like, it's all right, man. How about that parlay for Sunday, though? You got anything cooking? You know?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the truth. You know, and when when all this stuff came out about him over the past few months or whatever, you know, it's been real hard because the internet the gaming world hates a guy like Doc. They hate a guy like me. They hate a guy that represents family, you know, being a dude's dude. You know, you got to dance to the beat of their drum.
Right.
And we don't. We just don't. So he you know, when that stuff came out originally, everybody just immediately jumped on board with canceling this guy. Let's get this guy the fuck out of here, man. Stat. I mean, everybody did.
Because everybody who hates him, when you're ready to see somebody fall and they start to fall, you want to take any narrative possible to put this
crack in the armor.
After it. You know, pedophilia and underage stuff. I mean, that's a slam dunk, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so the internet went crazy, but this was before we had not a single ounce of proof. All we had was an ex-Twitch employee that had said that this was going on. We didn't even have a comment from Doc. You know, so people are, oh, Nick, how come you don't text him on the side? Motherfucker, I fucking did. But he couldn't tell me anything because he's bound in this big suit with Twitch. So he can't say anything. Mm-hmm. And he sent me a text saying, I can't really say much, man. I'm sorry. So that goes on. The internet's canceling this guy. And everybody, because the trans stuff just happened, everybody's like, oh, Nick, how about this guy? This is your boy, huh? I'm
why don't you have a strong stance here?
Exactly. I go on, I say, listen, man, I understand what people are saying. Let's wait till we get some facts. Let's wait till we hear what's actually going on. And then we'll make a decision. I was one of the only ones that fucking did that. Everybody else just jumped to conclusions. Not me.
And let's put a time out real quick. Sure. The way you handled it, maybe the most logical way to handle it, right? Someone accused somebody or something.
You would think.
Instead of just being like, right, judicial system. Innocent before
but that's
proven
not
guilty.
The way the internet works.
And I could be talking out of my ass right now because I actually don't even know the full context of the situation with Dr. Disrespect. But any of these things, you look at and you're like, all right, like we talked about Deshaun Watson earlier. One thing comes out, you're like, let's get the facts. Right. Another one comes out, you're like, all right, let's get the facts. We start rolling down a little bit hill. We're like, all right, now we understand. Maybe there's now the doctors. So I want to say like that is a great logical way of handling a situation like that when you're being thrusted into essentially something that's not your business.
I mean, in any light, when somebody says that a person did something, you can't just throw them down the hill. You got to prove it, man. Mm-hmm. There's got to be something there. Anything, something. So I waited. And two, I got a bunch of shit for waiting. Everyone's like, fuck you, man. Speak out on your boy. What the fuck? I mean, I got railed on social, but I was the only one that didn't. So I waited. Then he comes out with a statement. Do you guys know about that tweet?
Yeah.
So this guy comes out.
Pull that tweet up?
Pull a tweet. So he comes out with this tweet, which is now deleted, by the way. It's this tweet of like a bunch of different paragraphs, and it was the worst tweet that I have ever seen from somebody in trouble. Not only was the original the worst, get this. This motherfucker edits that same tweet like 6 times. He edits like key words out of the tweet, but you can go back and see the original tweet on the fucking thread. So there's no point of editing it out if you can just see it.
Right.
So he's just making this horrible. So this comes out, me, Tim, Denny, we all get together. That's like, fuck, man, I can't believe it. And he admits in this tweet to talking to somebody inappropriately who was underage. Now, let's just make sure the whole bus, let's get a timeout in the bus.
Timeout.
Hard timeout. A bunch of dudes in here.
Respect the timeout.
Everybody agrees that if that's a case, it's done. It's done. No matter how if you're speaking inappropriately with an underage person, it's done. For me. That's me. Done. I don't care what the fuck it is. You guys agree? Everybody agree?
Agreed.
Yes.
Anybody don't agree?
Agreed.
All right. So, like anybody else would in this bus, I go on there. Everybody's pressing. The whole world's pressing me, right? Because Nick can speak out on trans stuff, but when his own boys with the underage, right? Okay. I go on Twitter. I say, look, facts came out. Basically, this sucks fucking ass. We didn't know about this, obviously. And we're gonna cut ties, and we don't condone or agree with anything like this. They're not happy with that either. so
why are they not happy with it?
Because so you can go hard on some leave the kids alone shit, but when it's your boy, it's just like, oh, you're not happy about it. What the fuck do you want, man? I said I don't condone it. It's disgusting. And
cut all ties.
And we're cutting ties. Done. So weeks go by. This guy deletes that tweet and then says that it was all a joke. And he put out that tweet as bait to see who his real friends are.
Oof.
Yeah. So
we got
his community reactivates. Nick, no. You turned on your boy. Yada, yada, yada. And that's this whole fucking thing. When we know that's not true. I mean, he sent a text to me, Timmy, and Clock as well, saying hey boys, I'm sorry that I'm sorry that you guys are in this. I wish it wasn't this way. I apologize, for that. And I mean, we don't really text like that, like crazy. So, but putting that aside, man, it's enough for me, to cut ties. And the situation sucks.
Dad in the back.
Fuck that motherfucker.
Well, he feels some type of way because we met him, his wife, and his daughter at the Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
I'm with you.
And I got all of his fans on my dick. Yo, what a fucking great friend you are. Yeah, bro. You meet his wife and his daughter at the Super Bowl, and then find out this 44-year-old dude is sleazing around with some 17-year-old. And we already know he cheated on his wife. He went on the stream and admitted that. And it was around the same timeline as all this stuff is coming out. It's dude, get fucking real, man. You can't win with these people. That's what I'm realizing. The internet is the internet. It's gonna internet. You do what you do. You keep your fucking nose forward. Stay out of trouble. Keep it popping. Be real.
Yeah.
Be fucking real, man. Too many motherfuckers are fake. Not only in this world, but especially in the gaming scene, man. A lot of two-faced people. They pretend to care about things they really don't care about. Mm-hmm. This shit's fucking crazy. Stock stuff. I mean, that's so fake. I mean, look, the guy gets on stream every day in a fucking costume. So I guess it makes sense, but what the fuck?
Playing a character.
Well, I'm bitching about him being fake. He's fucking, look at him.
Hell of a mustache.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll throw his community a bone, and I will say, and it shouldn't go without, it shouldn't go without saying, man. I mean, what he did for the streaming world and gaming community as well. I mean, that's one of the biggest entertainers online in the history of the industry forever. I mean, for fucking ever. Mm-hmm. His production, the work he puts in is next level, but you just can't do things like that. And to say that your friends are expected to stand by you as you make those kinds of mistakes. And when these are the same friends that got kids of their own, man, I mean, it's not like me and Doc are like you two. We don't live in the same town again, the same fucking bus. No, man, this guy's in California. I'm in Florida. We play games together, but he's in a fucking costume and speaks with an accent. I mean, we're not really best buddies here, right?
Right.
People were mad about that too. That I was playing down the relationship, but that's the reality of the situation.
Well, I think too, it's up until that point, it's somebody in the streaming community, you see him as one of your boys, not best friends or nothing like that. But when something like that comes out and all the facts are now, you ultimately want to believe the best and who you're kind of seeing at first. And then when it's not, you're kind of that fucking sucks. I feel kind of dumb that I got looped into that and believe in this and that. So it just all around it's a shitty situation.
Yeah. I mean,
it's hard you're not going to win.
That's the truest part, is that this situation is just shit, because he's claiming that Twitch was after him. And there really might be some truth to that. They didn't like him. And there were some contractual things that lined up that make sense but at the end of the day, he admitted to doing what people were saying that he did.
Right.
And then edited the tweet 7 times and then deleted the tweet. Bro, we're done. Say we're done.
Yeah. We're done. Say we're done.
We're done, man. That's it.